Hey friends, welcome back. What if I told you this week involved a flat tire, a giant litter box, the world's largest spring-fed pool, and a 2-foot hot dog? Week 4 of our MLB Stadium road trip does not disappoint. Jake, Ashley, and Sam the cat here. We're driving our camper van to 7 of the 30 MLB stadiums, and we're so glad you're along for the ride. This week, we made our way from Dallas-Fort Worth to Davis Mountain State Park. Last week, we left off at a rodeo. Our seats were right next to the bullpen. Can you imagine the smell? On Saturday, we headed into Arlington for Game 2 of the trip. But first, a movie date at a cute AMC theater to see The Drama. We highly recommend. We're still talking about it. Then we got our first nail to the tire. Thankfully, we were close to a tire shop and they had us fixed up fast. The shop happened to be a short walk from the stadium, so we asked if we could pay a little extra to park and sleep there overnight. Huge shout out to Express Tire Shop in Arlington. They were awesome. Then we were off to our first game. Globe Life Field, home of the Rangers, is right next to the Cowboys AT&T Stadium. The whole area has this massive entertainment district called Texas Live. Bars, live music, and a 100-foot LED screen. Outside, the six-shooter squad was performing with a full marching band. It was a whole vibe before we even walked through the gates. We made it! New stadium unlocked! We loved Globe Life Field. It's massive, and for good reason. It was packed. Fun fact, it has the world's largest single-panel retractable roof covering 5.5 acres and able to open or close in just 15 minutes. Wild. The food menu was impressive. There was a 2-foot-long hot dog on there. We kept it classy with a chili dog. No regrets. We stayed through the 7th inning stretch, then headed back to the van to recharge. Before leaving Arlington, we hit up what might be the nicest Walmart we've ever seen. We try to keep our drives under 3 hours, sometimes only 1 to 2. Van life sounds glamorous until you're white-knuckling it through hour 4 of highway driving. Balance is key. Next stop, Texadelphia. Texas-themed Philly cheesesteaks. Delicious.
Philly cheesesteaks.
Also, we passed a random giant tomato soup can on the side of the road. Texas, you never miss. We broke up the drive with laundry. Sam was zero help. She is, however, an excellent co-pilot. That night, we stayed at the National WASP World War II Museum, a Harvest Toast location at the historic Avenger Field. WASP stands for Women Air Force Service Pilots, and this place preserves the legacy of the 1,074 women who flew for the U.S. military during World War II. Pretty incredible. The museum was closed during our stay, but it was a peaceful overnight spot, and the sunset was absolutely stunning. The next morning, we hit the road toward our first of 3 Texas state parks. Along the way, windmill fields were everywhere. Did you know Texas is the top U.S. state for wind energy? Over 15,000 turbines generating more than 28% of the state's electricity. You learn something new every drive. Quick pit stop at Planet Fitness. I'm loving their red light therapy and massage beds. Then, located 35 miles west of Odessa, Monahans Sandhills State Park. It's nearly 4,000 acres of active sand dunes, up to 70 feet high. Walking around felt like being on the moon. Before settling into our campsite, Jake handled the tank dump. I'm grateful every single time. The sand is 97% pure quartz, and the dunes are constantly shifting shape due to the wind. The park rents discs for sledding the dunes.
Bit of sledding.
Obviously, we got some. Climbing up was humbling. We had to stop at the top just to breathe. Here's our first attempt going down. Let's just say we improved. Ready?
Yeah? You're covered in sand.
That evening, I made salsa verde chicken, a home favorite and probably the most involved meal I've made on this trip. But still pretty simple. Just throw everything into the pan and voila! You've got a delicious meal. After dinner, we met our neighbors Larry and Catherine, and we're already planning to meet up with them in Seattle for a baseball game. One of our favorite parts of this lifestyle is the people. That night, Sam decided the dunes were basically her personal sandbox. Or maybe she thought it was a litter box? She tried to push through the screen door to get out there. Our little adventurer. Could you imagine? Next morning, matcha latte, some light rain, and laptop work. Plot twist, the rain actually made the dunes way better for sledding. We took full advantage.
Hello? Whoa! Whoa! Ow!
Turkey wraps for lunch, a gorgeous sunset for dinner. Cheese!
Good morning.
Wow. Perfect park. Next stop, Balmorhea State Park. First, we stopped by USPS to send a birthday gift to Jake's brother. We arrived a bit early for check-in and grabbed burgers at a little spot nearby called Mata's.
Mealtime. Smell good?
It smells good.
Solid pit stop. Hi, Sam. Once in the park, Jake set up our water. And then we bopped over to the highlight of this park, the world's largest spring-fed swimming pool. It covers 1.3 acres and holds 3.5 million gallons of water, with depths ranging from 5 to 25 feet. There were 3 diving boards, including an 8-footer that Jake and I both jumped off. Absolutely worth it. Back at the van.
Hello.
Sam claimed the passenger seat for warmth, and Jake broke out the drone. His shots here are chef's kiss. We woke up the next morning completely refreshed. Look at that view from our front door. Sam did some bird watching. We walked, did some work on our website, painted watercolors, and then went for another swim. A full reset day. Tuna melts and apples for lunch, and then we hit the road. The drive to Davis Mountain State Park was one of the most beautiful of the whole trip. We stopped at a scenic overlook for more drone shots. Before getting to the park, we made another stop at USPS and picked up some groceries at Lowe's Market, not to be confused with the home improvement store. Once in the park, we checked out the interpretive center and the bird blind. I used the Merlin ID app to identify a bunch of birds here. Highly recommend for any bird watching beginners. We spotted some deer on a walk, not even skittish. And there may or may not be a mystery deer doing something in the background of one of our clips. Answers welcome. That evening, I made hot dogs over charcoal for the first time while Jake FaceTimed his parents. Hi, Coach and Lore.
She's gonna say hello.
We ended the night at the park's scenic overlook, watching the sunset. Perfect first night. You'll have to tune in next week for more Davis Mountain State Park. It only gets better. Week 4 was one for the books. A flat tire, 3 amazing state parks, sand dunes, a world record swimming pool, and 1 very enthusiastic cat who may or may not have tried to escape into the desert. We're finding our rhythm out here, and somehow each week tops the last. Thanks so much for joining the journey. See you next week. Say goodnight, Sam.
Hope you subscribe our video and hope you press the red button to do this.